Okay, that makes
What do you mean, even the in-between bits?
You know, in between songs?
Dude, it was just crazy, dude. It was just fucking... Yet if I could have gotten him to sign my I would have.
Right. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there, and I will get them and welcome
Sounds so weird.
to what episode is this?
47.
47. To episode 47 of our little geekdom. I forget. Yes, I'm sorry, guys. My brain doesn't work. You know, I'm an old man. I'm a very old man. Look at the grey. Look at the grey. See, I'm old. Well, I mean, you can't really see it on camera, but there's a lot of grey hair in my beard, which makes me old, so I forget things. But anyway, we'd like to welcome two previous visiting guests that we had before. One that's visited us for, this is the third time he's going to be on, and the second time the other one's going to be on. So
I think I was on your first one.
Yes, you were. You were the very first, and that was the biggest failure of them all. We blame you, Zappa.
No, we blame Kez's poor editing skills at podcasts.
Anyway, so we'd like to welcome the one, the only Zappa geek with the big beard. Yes.
The majestical beard.
The majestic beard. Yes, it was the inspiration for me starting mine, and not growing it very far, but I don't look good with a very big bushy beard. I don't. I
And
look
then-
like an idiot.
And
above
then
me,
Soldin
above-
with the second majestical beard.
yes, the second
You
majestic
can't really
beard.
see it because his shirt is black.
Yeah, you can't really see it.
Yeah, but he's got.
But I
the
also got
second
grey
majestic
hairs,
beard.
so you can't really
Yeah,
see them.
I can see one or two on the left hand side. Just a few with this.
Oh, you talking about grey?
Yeah, old man. You got a hair.
Yeah, but
But you guys have it wrong. I have the best beard of them all.
yes, it's visible.
it's so well kept.
Do not make any lewd comments, Zaffa. Do not make any lewd comments.
Wait, is that fudge and brownie milkshake you're drinking?
Fudge brownie, Muller milk. It's like
I
a
saw that on Twitter and I was like, oh my gosh.
yeah.
It's so yummy.
It's a very
Another reason to move.
it's really nice. It's like it's a very thick Steri Stumpy. It's like very thick, and wow, it tastes so good. We whenever we go to B&M. What the hell are you doing, Zach?
He's listening.
Wait, I'll go. Where's my phone?
Now we're all doing it. I like Soldin's one.
Okay, it's not real dirt. Damn it.
Not real dirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is the South Africa. This is like one of the weirdest streams. It's one we like to have. It's with our friends that like to just talk shit. So we're gonna just talk crap as we always do. With the four of us are basically just shit talkers now. So who wants to start with the shit talking?
Not me yet, because, like I said, I misplaced a notepad, so I'm just trying to go off memory here.
Misplaced the notepad.
Well, then I'll go.
Yeah.
So, Soldin, you recently participated in the Legion Road Mic competition thingy. What made you decide to enter it?
Legion Create. I wasn't gonna enter at the beginning, and then my partner kind of convinced me. She was actually one of the coaches, Mama Sakibus.
Mm-hmm.
She was actually one of the coaches on the competition, and she convinced me to enter. What do I have to lose, and this and that. And it actually,
Except for your dignity, perhaps, at some points?
I mean, listen. It was fun. It was fun. The first two videos that we put together, I mean, the first one I didn't put too much in. I didn't want to show all my cards, because I mean, I do animation and video editing and design and stuff as like my career, so I didn't want to show my hand, so to speak. The second one I went crazy though. It was I actually really like it, and I'm probably going to be repurposing it, rescripting it into like a channel advert, because it came out really good. And the third like part of it that I made it into, because we made it into top 25, and then from top 25 into top 12, which was meant to be top 10, but places 10, 11, and 12 were all one vote apart.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, well, we'll make it top 12. And then that got filtered into top 3. We didn't make it that far, unfortunately. It did, at the end of it, become more of a... If you have a big community, that's how you make it. Because it was all public votes driven.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun. Except for the last stream. I mean, I was really busy with work at the same time as having to put together this like budget Chewbacca cosplay for the stream, and then I didn't even have time to edit it properly. It was kind of just montaged together. But it was fun. It was fun. It was nice to see the involvement. I did meet a lot of creators that I actually didn't even know about, that are actually like quite supportive afterwards. I've seen them a few times in my streams, so it's been nice to meet some of the locals. But yeah, still like what happened last night, oh gosh. A local scene here, a local community here is not, it's great. It's nice to have like the local people behind you, but if you're looking at revenue, it's not a good idea at all.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. But the local scene, you're talking the South African local scene, or?
South African local scene, yeah.
To put it into context, and this is no, this is not shitting on South African support via subs and whatever, right? But it could put it into context. A South African sub, an American sub, okay? An American sub would give you what? Like maybe 40 rands, right? Or an overseas sub on average would give you like 40 rands roughly. A South African sub, when everything's been deducted, i.e., like when I say 40 rands, that's with the PayPal cut and everything included. A South African sub, you're lucky if you're going to hit 16 rand per sub. You're lucky.
So last night I got really generous gifter come through. South African guy, and he gifted 100 subs.
Oh, I saw you
And that,
mention that.
yeah, afterwards equated to 12 rand 42 per sub.
Yeah.
So not even enough for a payout.
Fucking ridiculous. You know, this is the problem with Twitch, though. I believe it's Twitch that's been doing the whole spiel of this, and that's the problem with Twitch, is that they're money grabbers, basically. You know, it's like it's how they work. They've got to
The other thing as well is we're currently still in the phase of the transitional phase of switching over to local currency. So let's say, for example, they started off by saying we're going to take an average of your last 3 months, when they started this incentive, of your last 3 months, the amount of time you streamed. If you reach that streamed time, we'll get you your normal payout. You know, if you reach that stream time and you get your normal subs, no price changes will happen. And then I think it's every 3 to 4 months, they adjust the price.
Yeah, every 3 months.
To reflect it. So we're still in that phase. It's literally, I think it's a year-long process. I might be wrong. So, December this year, you're going to see a lot of South African streamers just stop.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
that's part of the thing that I wrote down. They're focusing on the South African community.
that's basically where, like, for me, I've obviously, since going into like full-time career again, I haven't been streaming like I used to.
Yeah.
And they want me to stream 171 hours to make my $20 revenue. What is it called? So revenue something.
Yeah.
Basically what Zaffa was talking about.
171 hours.
Yeah, because I used to stream full time.
That's more than we work in a month.
Yeah.
It's no wonder people in South Africa are just going, well, screw that, we're not going to do this anymore. I'd rather just go back to work.
But
Less hours and better pay.
But then you need to think outside the box and not just focus on the South African community.
100%.
It's all over the world. Why just focus on just the South Africans?
100%.
I mean, last week, 2 weeks ago, it was 2 weeks ago, I had a very generous guy come in that I haven't seen in like a year. And he just popped up and he went crazy. When I say crazy, I'm saying 300 plus gifted subs. He's from Sweden.
That's crazy.
And I'm sitting there going, holy shit, dude, how the hell are you going to survive the next month? And I'm like, fuck, you know? So it's like, and to give you an idea, right, for a South African sub-gifter to do, now, I don't want to sound like, oh, I need money or we need the money, but if you want to equate it to money terms, a South African sub-gifter would need to do 600 to 700 subs to make up that amount.
Yeah.
You know?
I think for me, it's more like, I feel, especially after like seeing what happens now with South African supporters and stuff, and looking at the actual prices.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy paid almost 4,000 rand for the 120 subs.
Yeah. No, it's
So for me to get 1242, I feel like I've scammed him.
yeah.
Because when they advertise these subs, it's support your creator.
No, it's not. It's support Twitch. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Support
So I-
Twitch and your
I-
creator.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do it for the money anymore. I used to. Obviously, I used to do it full time. But now I don't. So I actually take it a little bit personally when it's people that are coming to support the channel that are actually getting ripped off. And I've sent a very kind-worded email to Twitch about it as well, and included like price breakdowns, parts from the affiliate agreement that includes their talk about tax and stuff, because that was one of the first things they tried to tell me in the email reply was, oh no, there's a tax deduction and this and that, and I'm like, okay, cool, but here is 30% off $16.99, which is what I should have received if we are working with your 50-50 split that's agreed to in the affiliate agreement, and this is what I should have ended up with, which was 13 rand 1 cent per sub. If we're being completely fair, it's 50 cents more, but it would have made the payout.
Yeah.
That 50 cents more would have made you pay out. That's the whole thing, and now that hasn't even made the payout. It's ridiculous.
Cats has zoomies.
Yeah.
But it will make the payout next month.
Yeah. Whoopee. That's gonna help now.
Which then gets-
you literally need like 5 gifted subs and you'll make the payout.
Which then will get taxed.
Yeah. On top of everything else, you get taxed. It gets taxed. Like I think it was one of the reasons Kez and I stopped streaming as well. Was just that Twitch's rules were getting ridiculous. They'll make it more and more difficult for streamers to actually make any kind of real money, and they were only focusing on the big guys. When I say big guys, I don't mean like big South African streamers. I mean like the big
International guys.
international guys. That's where their bread and butter comes from. What they don't realize is that there's a lot of people that are actually bringing in the smaller people, or bringing in communities that are that are actually just going to the big people as well. When they come and look at the little guys watch as well, and they go, oh, wait,
Yep.
who's this person? Let's go and watch them as well. So if it wasn't for the smaller creators, the bigger creators wouldn't have or their fan base wouldn't be getting bigger anyway. And Twitch is not doing anything to support the small guys, which is, in my opinion, it's stupid. They're just salting the land, or the earth.
They tried to mask that whole boost thing where you pay for the boost, but did you see the big, can I swear here?
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck. There we
Did
go.
you see the big
Shit.
fuck up that happened with this boost thing?
Yeah, did you?
Somebody
did you guys
was
see it?
playing they were playing hentai on their channel, and they got it boosted to the first block on the recommended section of the front page of Twitch for 2 hours.
Yeah.
What?
And Twitch is like, maybe this isn't a good idea.
I don't even know what this boost is.
Gee, thing.
So your community basically, it's at the moment, I believe it's only available in America, but your community can pay, I think it's almost the same price as a sub, isn't it?
It's worldwide. If
Is
they
it
brought
worldwide?
it back, it's worldwide. In my channel, I've got the option, allow people to boost your channel. I'm like, no, switch off. Because here's the thing. I don't know the price, but one boost equals 15 minutes on the recommended front page. Not even the front page, the recommended. In other words, if the guy somehow watched a game that you were streaming, and you go in, or he goes in, or she goes in, and only then will it show on his thing. It doesn't even boost you to the front page. Now, if it boosted you to the front page of Twitch, where you literally, you will literally see your live viewer count. If you're on the front page, you'll see your live viewer count literally jump from, like, let's say, an average of 1,000. It'll go 1,000, then it'll go 800, then it'll go 2,000, then it'll go 500, and then it'll go, because of everybody logging into Twitch to see that. And that doesn't even happen. It was the same thing with the channel boost with the points.
Yeah.
That's another fucking gripe I have, right? That's another fucking gripe I have with
That was different
Twitch.
for everyone.
Holy fuck, dude. My channel points requirements was 216,000 channel points. Now remember, per hour you get about 2,000 as a viewer, right? No, 200 or something as a viewer.
I think it's 200.
Yeah. Now per hour you get about 200 as a viewer. Partnered streamers that sits on an average of 300 viewers, they would only need 16,000 points to be boosted. And it's like,
but they're
why?
It's because they're partnered. That's why. They have something that you don't. They have partnership.
They have a purple tick.
Yeah. Exactly why I avoid anything like that, and why we've decided that, like, when it comes to our YouTube channel, for example, we aren't planning on doing the whole advertising, like letting them advertise on us on our channel. I don't trust YouTube, not as far as I can throw them. So they the only thing that they've got is our podcast, and I don't care if they hear this. YouTube, I really don't give a fuck if you hear this. I don't, because we're also on Rumble. Just so you know. And there's a reason why. It's because, you know, I've seen the things that YouTube do to smaller creators, and it's no different. YouTube is no different from Twitch in that aspect. They do exactly the same thing. They boost the big creators that make them lots and lots of money, and then they just fob off the little.
Forget about the little guys.
Yeah, and those guys, there's some really good smaller creators on YouTube, and YouTube are just doing the same thing that Twitch does, just like fobbing them off to the dark recesses of YouTube. So for us, it's a case of, you know what, we're not going to monetize our videos ever. You're not going to make money on our videos. We refuse to let you make money on our videos. And if we ever get sponsors, the whole thing is that's where we'll make our money. And even then, it's not about money for us. It hasn't been since we started this channel, because we don't make money on this channel. We do this because we love doing it. And that's not going to change. That will never change. We will always do this channel, and there will be controversial videos like this, which I know people are gonna be angry at.
Come at us.
But you know what? I'm sick and tired of hiding behind this mask of, oh no, we must just be nice all the time. You know, we're people too. You know, and it's about time people realize that, you know what, you can't keep treating the smaller creators like nothing, like dirt.
It's like a quote from Terry Pratchett. Now let me set up the scene. This guy meets another guy from a huge company, and he's like,
I'm listening.
And he's like, oh, we need to do this, right? For some random company, we need to do this. And there's an asterisk, and like Terry Pratchett loves the asterisks, where it's like there's an asterisk, and at the bottom it's like, explain why he's doing it. And the explanation is like, yeah, he's talking to a lower level employee in the company, because we all know that's where shit gets done.
Yeah.
And that is essentially what Twitch and YouTube needs to realize. Now, don't freaking make every small creator a partner, because that's not good.
No.
But look after them. Look after them.
Look, yeah.
Do a 70-30 split with the affiliate agreement. And if you become partner, that becomes an 80-20 split, you know.
Yeah.
Just that 10% makes a huge difference. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially when it comes to the local costings becoming a thing now. I'm now phased out. I got the email this morning saying it's confirmed, doesn't matter where my subs come from, 12 Rand 42 is my sub price. So for me it's like,
really?
yeah,
It doesn't
I'll send-
matter?
I tweeted the email.
So
That is
no
insane.
matter if if a US
if we
guy or
sub
whatever
you-
gives us subs, we get 12 Rand 50?
I'm not giving
According to the email, the morning I got this, according to the email I got this morning, they looked at all the subs which I received, and it's confirmed that 33 of them are not South African, but I was still paid out the same way.
Yeah.
And this is
That is
according to them
insane.
correct.
That
I've
is
tweeted
wild.
the email out.
I'm
Yeah.
busy reading it.
Yeah, this is ridiculous, and this is that's exactly what I was talking about as well. This is what they do, and they ruin the smaller creators, because there are some very good creators out there, like you guys.
I get if it's a South African person that is giving the sub that you make 12 Rand something.
Yeah, no, I understand that completely, but I would have, like, if they had said, hey, no, listen, it's just the South African ones, just the ones that are from actual local.
No, but it is local sub pricing.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do local sub pricing on our subs, it should literally reflect, oh, you're paying $3 for the sub.
Yes.
It should,
But they're not.
actually.
They're not.
No.
It's still $4.99. So I'm thinking, like, I'm reading this, and they say local sub pricing. Mind that your earnings are based on local sub pricing.
But then that also means that someone in America who's paid what? Say they've paid
No. It's not.
or something like that. Is that
Yeah.
means that hardly any of that's coming to you. They're basically paying paying you $1, and they're paying what, Amazon the rest.
No.
But the
no.
taxes
Here we
still
go.
have to come
The
off
next,
of that as
the-
well.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So they're paying
Yeah.
they're paying
The
you
next-
$1. They're paying $1 for taxes, and then Amazon get the rest. Sorry.
The next line, due to local sub pricing, different subs can earn you different amounts of revenue. So it's still, it makes sense that a South African sub will cost you less, will make you less.
Of course.
But an
Yeah,
American
but-
sub would do this, would cost what an American sub would cost you, what would make you. European sub would make, they're still paying, they're paying more. Europeans like literally do like €6, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, €6 and £5 for us.
That means
Yeah.
then that it's even worse than 1242, because that amount that I worked off includes the 20 that were not from here and the other 13 that I got from the last stream. So it's worse than 1242 per sub.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're lucky if you're getting 16 Rand a sub.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One of my IRL friends, you know him, Zod, Soldin,
Yeah.
the dungeon master. One of my local friends, he's like, he subbed to me. I'm like, hey, dude, do you know that sub? He's like, yeah, go have a beer on me. And I'm like, dude, that's like a quarter of a beer.
Oh, I remember it was in your stream.
Yeah,
your
you were in my
Wednesday
stream.
and, I was
And he's like,
watching
fuck
you
it, can I
explain
give
it.
you money? I'm not going to sub to you again. I'll just give you money. And I'm like, there we go.
Yeah,
That's
why
something I started looking at today as well, is maybe just like set up a Patreon that says I don't want to give Twitch money. and make it-
They're gonna screw you hard, because they're more than likely partnered with Twitch.
Although
isn't it?
Zephyr uses Patreon.
I use Patreon. They're not partnered. My Patreon earnings, because I jumped in on Patreon at the beginning. When I started my content creator, Patreon was like a new thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I jumped in on that. And they give you, if you want to set up different tiers, if you haven't been with Patreon for like since the beginning, basically, or at least a year before they introduced tiers, then you don't pay extra. But if if you're using tiers, you take a smaller cut.
Yeah.
But it's something like 2% of a smaller cut, or 6% basically. And luckily, I still fall because I started earlier. I take like or they take like 1 or 2%. But Patreon is the way to go. Donation. Tell people, like, if you're in your stream, you tell them, listen.
Don't sub, just donate.
Don't sub, donate. And if you don't wanna donate, use biddies, because that way we know we're getting American
We're getting
money.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Until
Use bits, and that's it.
Screw you with that as well.
Or
Twitch
just
will love
say,
it.
hey, you want my bank details here.
like Twitch will love it, because on $100 bit purchase, they make $20. You know, so they'll love it. You pay $120 for what? 100,000 bits, 10,000 bits,
10,000 bits,
Something
yeah.
like that.
10,000 bits, yeah. And it's like,
Is
cool.
it 10,000?
Now I can spend it anywhere, and I don't
Yeah.
have to use freaking a donate button. Yeah.
Yep. No, these donate buttons are getting ridiculous. They really are.
No, the sub buttons are ridiculous. The donate buttons are the alternative.
Yeah.
Don't admonish me, all right? YouTube, Twitch.
If you wanna support your creator, donate.
Exactly.
If you wanna support them to the fullest extent, donate or use Patreon.
Unless you really want the emotes.
Unless you really want the emotes, and that's the other selling point. It's like, hey, do you want to give up emotes, or do you want to support the creator? That's your choice, right?
Well, I know what my choice would be logically.
Yeah, logically, but then again, you see other people using those emotes, you're like, maybe.
I'm not gonna lie, I've subbed to some people just for the emotes. Don't
If
even
you
watch
look
their
at-
channel, but I got the
Yeah.
emote, so it's cool.
If you look at the way Carnage does it, and he started off, I think, in the beginning of this year or beginning of last year, somewhere there, he removed his donation button. No, he kept his donation button, but he basically made a statement like, listen, you have no reason to sub to me or give me money. All proceeds goes to the mods. And that's his thing. Any money he makes off of Twitch goes to the mods. Granted, he said it lucky. I think his wife is like a financial something. So like investments and stuff are paying out, and it's amazing for them. But that's the way to go. It's like, listen, I'm not touching this money. It goes to the mods.
Yeah. No, that's something that we want to do as well. Not for the mods, but
Eventually.
for our eventually.
For Toast.
For Toast, you know, he's our editor, so we'd like to give him, you know, the money that we make on YouTube. It's not not really supposed to be for us. Any money we do make, so if someone jumps on a I don't know, subscribe star or a Patreon or whatever it is, and they give us money from there, we'll immediately give it to Toast. That's Toast's money.
That way we don't have to keep paying him as well.
We don't have to keep paying out of our own salaries, you know, because
It's just gonna pay for itself.
eventually, yeah. But you know, you gotta spend money to make money, as they say. But even if it's just to break even, that's all we're really worried about. We just want to break even with our YouTube channel so that we can do this and enjoy doing it, and not have to be concerned about, you know, paying the editor, upkeep of our equipment. I'm sure you guys are struggling with the same shit. You know, you've got to get new graphics cards, just like we have to get new graphics cards. There's new CPUs. Eventually, everything starts getting bigger and bigger. I mean, I can't play Flight Simulator because my PC's too much of a pussy.
Even after a full restart and reboot of it, it
Yep.
still doesn't
I
work.
reinstalled.
I feel that pain.
And it still doesn't work. Yeah, but it's a huge game. I mean, that game requires you to have like 6 graphics cards just to be able to fly a plane from like, you know, Gatwick to Prestwick, you know, and that's okay. Gatwick to Prestwick is like, it's basically 400 kilometers. It's not very far. But, you know, you need like 6 graphics cards just to be able to take off and land like that. It's ridiculous. It's a beautiful looking game, but I just don't have that kind of power. And my PS5 does, but that's it. You know?
There's a lot of games that are coming out like that now. Like even these early access games, like they've got some pretty hectic requirements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've seen that as well. It's also, I think these developers are getting a bit overzealous when it comes to designing some of the games. I mean, look, I don't have a problem with them designing games that are graphically beautiful. I don't. Not at all. But they've got to remember that, you know, computers are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Especially since the chip shortage and stuff that happened, like, it is not easy to get hold of parts now. Like, it really isn't.
Yeah, I mean, look, Kes and I are running on Ryzen 5s, which are decent. They're decent CPUs. Our graphics cards are the problem because they're 1660s. They're not the most powerful graphics cards in the world. They're strong. They're really good.
Better than mine.
Okay, they're good. I'm not saying that they're bad graphics cards. They're extremely good graphics cards. But for some of these games, I mean, like all of the games that I've got, all of the games that I've purchased, I can play happily and comfortably on my PC. You know, that's all that matters to me. But what if a game comes out that I really want to play and I can't because my graphics card is just it's not powerful enough. You know, it cannot handle that kind of pressure. I mean, like I said, it's a powerful enough graphics card. I can play with the Oculus Quest. I've got my Oculus Quest connected to my PC, and that runs beautifully on the PC. It runs smoothly. I mean, I can play all of the games comfortably on the PC. That I've all the VR games, and there's no lag or latency or anything like that. It runs very smoothly. I don't know what she's doing. It's like she's telling me to stop.
No, I'm lagging.
Oh, she's lagging. Okay. But yeah, there's no real latency or anything when I'm playing with my playing the VR and I'm playing games like No Man's Sky or Wingman or Subnautica, or I do want to try getting some sort of a mod for 7 Days to Die, but I don't think they have one yet. I'm sorry.
Zaffa doesn't like 7 Days to Die anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's quit it, haven't you? Tell us why.
I know why.
Essentially one of the developers came to me and was like, oh yeah, you kind of need a second PC to stream and play 7 Days to Die. And I'm like, oh, for an early access game, I need a secondary PC to stream and play it? No.
An update that
And
changed.
after that one update, after the alpha, it's now 20. Alpha 20 update made it so that you need a secondary PC to stream and play the game. It lags the fuck out. It just lags.
Oh God. You think that they would have actually like kept that from happening? That's
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. Because I know how much.
So I'm basically leaving it until the next update to look at it again. Maybe they fixed the shit. And if they didn't, then it's like, sorry guys, I'm not playing 7 Days to Die anymore.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, I get it. I get you, dude. And that's just stupid. That's just absolutely stupid. But yeah, again, you know, the chip shortage has screwed all of us pretty much. And also the Bitcoin miners really didn't help either. You know, they just added to the inflation of graphics card and how much they started costing.
Dude, I paid twice the price for my graphics card.
Yeah.
More than twice the price.
Exactly.
Because my old one just died. I'm like, well, fuck.
New one. Gotta do it. It's thankfully it was like with everything. The Xboxes they're short. You can't find them. Steam Decks, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
find
Steam Deck has got a huge waiting list.
them. Yeah. And that's the problem. I've got to try and get on that waiting list for October.
And Ziv wanted one for his birthday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get one for my birthday now. PS5 was a difficult one to get as well. It took us a long time. I mean, a year on, and we finally got a PS5. That's how long it took. 1 year later, after the release of the PS5, we finally got one.
And
it's
they
like,
still like you wait for them.
yeah.
At
It's
least
like-
here, like there's places where they've actually still got like waiting lists.
Well, that's because it's so expensive.
Yeah, Jesus, you guys have got like what? It's like 12K for an El Cheapo one, and the one without the disc drive, and 15K for the one with. It's ridiculous.
Well, just to put it in aspects, my friend, one of my best friends, perspective, I English very well, yes.
Very well.
She bought one for her fiance, and she had to save just short of a year, just so that she can afford to get him a PlayStation 5.
Yeah. And that's in South Africa. You see, for us it's not that difficult because I mean they aren't directly changing the price over. You know, like here we actually get what it's supposed to cost, but they don't do any price adjustments for South Africa. You look at it from here. It doesn't. It's not a month's salary. We don't. It won't cost us a month's salary to buy a PS5. It literally costs me maybe a third of my salary to buy a PS5. That's how much it costs.
Yeah.
All right. And look, dude, I don't have a prestigious job where I'm working as like a software engineer or anything. You know what I do? I'm a customer service consultant. That's what I am.
Yeah, but then you look at the prices that it's here, and it's like,
It's
I mean,
a month's
I'm
salary.
dreading if something has to happen to my kid's Xbox.
God,
I mean, it's like 7 years old now.
Oh, it's
I
like-
know it's like, it's coming to that point, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah, I know. It's
Here, have a cardboard box.
With a giant X on it.
An eggs box. It's the latest and greatest model.
You know what you can call your kid's Xbox then? It'll literally be your Xbox. Get it?
Your Xbox. Yeah, put it in. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to. That was a super.
But
That was a super dad joke.
so Zaffa, are you ready for your rant yet, or not so much?
I have. We touched on a lot of the stuff during this. Just to put it out there. Just to put it out there. There's a lot of people were like, with that Legion Create thing. A lot of people were like, yeah, you should enter. And I'm like, you know what kind of a fucking turd I'll be. Because when that one thing came up with like impersonate your coach, if that came up, I would have gone into their past broadcasts and take the shittiest things they've done and just do that. That's why I don't do these kind of things.
You're a shitlord.
Yeah, I'm a shitlord, yeah. Zaffa Crotchwalker. That's apparently my new nickname. So, yeah, South African streamers. I've been in the scene long enough to see the major mistakes they make. And
You Soldin.
them... It's sorry?
What did I do?
No, he just said we're looking at you, Soldin.
And the big thing is just... the big thing is, you see people going at it for like 2 to 3 years, right? And then they're like, no, we're going to go full time. And then you look at their viewer statistics, and in those 2 to 3 years, and this is not a burn on Soldin, right? This is not a burn on Soldin or anyone particular. I've literally gone and looked at
You're sitting in the
stats.
chat with us now.
Sully Gnome, don't lie. Twitch Tracker, don't lie, you know? So I check out these guys. I've actually realized it because I wanted to do a little bit of a burn article or a video on YouTube. Never did it because, you know, the effort I put in and the amount of heat I'm going to get from it doesn't... if I
Way
put
up.
the same amount of effort and I get the same amount of heat, that would be brilliant. But if I get more heat than what I actually put in, I don't do the video. I was looking at a couple of streamers who was let go by an esports organization. And out of the, I think it was like 6 or 7. Let's go with 7. I think it was 7. I don't know, can't remember. I've got that notepad somewhere here. 5 of them was below 5 average viewers over a 90-day period. And they were signed by the esports org. And I'm like, no wonder they had to let all their streamers go, because you're only as good as your weakest link.
Yeah.
And their weakest links, in this case, was 5 streamers.
Yeah.
You know, they had, you know what company I'm talking about, right, Soldin?
Yeah, I think I know exactly.
Yeah,
who.
they had a South African content creator overseas also signed up.
Wow.
And that guy actually was doing fucking well. He's like one of the other 2. The other one was the Gwent lady. Yeah,
Mention
the
that.
other one. Yeah, but here's the thing: if you're a South African streamer and you've been doing it for 3 years and you're considering going full time, but in those 3 years you haven't grown past 10 viewers, you know, maybe it's time to stop. Just maybe, you know. Don't go, oh, I'm going to go full time and get more viewers. You're not.
No, you're not.
I was one of the, my case was, I was fucking lucky. I was really lucky with the support I had from my stream.
Yeah.
Because 2 months after I went full time, remember, I had 3 months worth of savings. 2 months after I went full time, people went crazy. It was just after Christmas, and they got me to they got me to a level where I'm like, cool, I can do this full time for another 6 months.
Yeah.
I went from 1 month left to, oh, I can do this for 6 months now.
But that's smart planning, though. You didn't just go, okay, I'm going to quit my job and do this full time. You actually had
I was
proper
actually
plan.
I was actually fired, and then
You
then
still
I
had
went
a plan.
and then I went to them and I'm like, listen, you don't want the CCMA involved? Give me 6 months worth of salary. And they're like, we can do 2. And I'm like, no. Give me 5. They're like, the highest we can go is 3. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to fucking bother. Just give me 3 months worth of salary and I won't contact the thing, you know? But that was my plan, to go full time for 3 months, see where it ends up, and then fucking try something else, you know? But again, if you haven't grown past 10 viewers in 3 years, look at your content and either change it
Exactly.
or stop.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
logically, look at what Kez and I did. We were streaming for a while. We realized that we're just not good at it. We're not entertaining as streamers. We're boring people when it comes to streaming. It's the truth.
Can I tell you something else? I'm still trying to figure out why I'm so, inverted commas, still successful. I look at my streams, I'm like, motherfucker. I look at my streams, I'm
It's
like,
because you have a
motherfucker, you're not
community
entertaining.
that you built a community basically from the ground up, and they support you, and they will be there with you whether you're sitting at a bar or whether you're playing games. They come for you, not really for what you do. That's just like an extra added bonus.
Yeah.
You as Zaffa and you
Come on,
as Soldin,
give me those compliments.
I've watched both of your streams, and both of you,
YouTube
the
is
people,
not really doing that.
the people come for you. Bad wording, but they're they're there for you.
Yeah.
And it's because you're entertaining, no matter what it is that you're doing.
That's the whole thing. And you've just got to... Sorry, Soldin. Yeah?
No, I was just gonna say, like, from my side, when I went full time, it wasn't actually even like a choice. When the COVID came and pretty much shut down businesses and all sorts, I had nothing. And it was actually Zaffa that was like, "Hey, come, you can do this." And like, yeah, if it wasn't for Zaffa, I wouldn't have a channel.
Yeah. Well,
He knows
there you
all
go.
the details.
Zaffa knows.
Zaffa, he knows.
I came in like a wrecking ball and said, listen, fuck, we're going to do this.
Pretty much.
I'm going to try and help as much as I fucking can.
Yeah, I mean,
That's actually technically why we started streaming as well. Because when we met Zaffa, he's like, "Why are you on YouTube? You should go on Twitch." And we tried it.
That was before
and it
Twitch
didn't
went
work.
Twitch. That was before Twitch
It
went
was.
Twitch.
But also, I mean, you know, we had our fun for the while that we did. I mean, we had a relatively decent viewership. I mean, it wasn't excellent. You know, I think we sometimes sat on an average. Most of the time was an average of like what, 2 or 3 people at any given time, and then sometimes we'd get up to about 10. So I mean, it wasn't bad for the beginning and for starting up and stuff like that. We understand that it takes time to get further, but as entertaining as we are not when it comes to that, it was just so we were not good at the entertaining bit of that, because I can't sit and talk to people while I'm busy focusing on a game. I mean, you guys have seen me stream before. I sit there like this,
Yeah.
And then I go, "You need to say something."
and then I say something. You know, it's very boring.
I actually think I remember a stream. I think you guys were playing a racing game or something. and
Possibly Grand
and as if you were super concentrated, and Kez is like, "You're gonna speak to them." Like that.
Yeah, no, I'm not the greatest, chatter when it comes to focus. If I'm focusing on a game, I'm already focused on the game. That's why we have the YouTube channel, because then we can cut, or like Toast will actually cut pieces out that are funny, because he will find the funny pieces and he'll use them, and he's very good at it. As you've seen, you guys have seen our videos. They're a lot better than us being on Twitch. That's like what, it's 2 hours of footage. It's been condensed into like 5 or 10 minutes. Just to give you an idea
that's
of how boring we are.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like people don't know, and this is going to sound like a first world Twitch problem, streamer problem. People don't know how much effort it takes to stream. Because you're literally sitting here, you're playing a game. Now, on my one monitor, I've literally got my bot closest to me. My bot's got like little separation spaces between chat lines. So the moment something pops up, that moves and that grabs my attention. Yeah. And then I look over at what someone said and I'll respond and I'll go back to the game. But not only you have to focus on chat, you have to focus on events happening outside of chat. Donations, bits, subs, raids. You have to focus on that. And then you need to play the game
on top
to a satisfactory level. You need to play the game and make it seem like you know what you're doing. I said satisfactory, I know.
If you don't, you got to be really funny about how you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Like I've spoken to a bigger streamer and he's like, he told me like he'll play games that doesn't fit into his channel, but he enjoys them and he knows what he's doing. And he says, but he knows what he's doing, but then chat grabs his attention. Then he fucks up in the game. Like he's really good at those games, but the moment chat starts talking, he focuses on them and fucks up in the game. And then he makes a huge joke about it. Like, hey, shit, I don't know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
But that is the big thing. Yeah.
You've got to be able to do that. And if you get people like me we just didn't have the setup that we have here now anyway. And that was one of the problems, is that we just didn't have that kind of setup. We had a single screen, and it was normally the PlayStation, because that was all we could stream with, because, well, let's just say nothing else.
Hey, we all began somewhere.
Yeah. We've now built onto like full on. I mean, I've got a PC that I can record music with. Basically, that's how nice my PC is. It's and she's built for recording music, which I'm very happy about. But they're actually also built for obviously the YouTube videos and things like that.
Yeah.
The cameras that we've got. We never had this kind of stuff in South Africa. That it kind of makes a difference. It makes a
Yeah, a little bit of a difference, yeah.
But we were talking about people going full time and then stopping.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to my next point. I'm going to get into my next point. Now, I've seen this happen with one streamer in particular, and this streamer is a very decent oak, right? He's an awesome guy, but
seriously, why do you keep doing this?
No, because he's actually a friend of all three of you. Well, at least two. He's a friend with you, Ziff and Kez. He's a very close friend, and like I've met him once or twice, and he's awesome. But him and other people like him, like I saw some of his tweets, and I'm like, I wonder if there's any more of these kind of tweets in South Africa. And I saw a couple of them from different streamers, and it's literally a case of like on the dot. And the moment I explain this to you, you're gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. On the dot, every 2 weeks, right? When it was at the height, like when this streamer was trying to change, every 2 weeks a tweet would come out. I want my community to tell me what I can do to better my content. And then his community, and it's exactly the same with the others, not every 2 weeks though, but basically what happens is the 2 or 3 people of their community is like, oh no, you're awesome, let me suck your cock, you're so awesome, let me play with your titties, yeah, you're awesome in your content creation. And I'm sitting there going, motherfucker, don't listen to them. Don't fucking listen to them, because those people are the only people in your chat at the moment.
No, you can't have
right? And they don't want you to change. don't rely on your viewers to change your content or to determine what content you make or what games you play or whatever. I've literally, like in the last 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I've changed up so much that I was sitting there going, fuck it, I'm going to be on one viewer again. Right? I've changed a lot of things, and luckily it paid off.
Yeah.
But I was sitting there going, shit, I'm literally putting my body on the line by freaking eating spicy noodles, and I'm still recovering from that. And I currently have a hangover, and my body's like, oh, you remember those noodles you ate on Wednesday? Yeah, they're still there. The burn is still there. Your stomach is still cramping up. And I'm like, but that's what I do, Don't rely. If you want to change your content, if you realize if you realize there's something wrong with your content, don't ask your viewers.
No.
Look at your fucking content. Look at your fucking content and go, motherfucker, I need to change this. I need to try something new. I need to play a variety of games. We've got like the big thing in South Africa at the moment, and that's actually last point, but I'm going to hit it now. The big thing in South Africa at the moment, every single fucking content creator, and when I say every single fucking content creator, I mean there's about 3% of them that doesn't do this, right? Are playing competitive games.
Oh, no.
Sure, they might be good at it. But you look at them play those games, and some of them, granted, some of them sit on 20 viewers, right? Some of them sit on 20 viewers. Those 20 viewers are 70% thirsty boys and 30% actual people there for the content, right? If you want to grow, or if you want your community to grow, just take one fucking dead day of your streaming schedule and fucking play something else. Anything. And when I say play something else, I say play a game. Play a fucking game. Don't play. Your people are going to come in your chat and go, oh, why aren't you playing this? You're like, fuck it, I want to do something different for a change. You see?
You either stick with it or you go somewhere else.
Yeah,
and
because
if they stick with it, then those are your true people.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Twitch partnerships. If you apply for a Twitch partnership, one of the things they look at is they like, oh, what game or games have you been playing the last month? And then they look at those games like, is there growth in those games? Or will it stagnate? That's one of the things they look at. They want you, if you go apply for them, and let's say, in my case, 7 Days to Die, I've been playing a bunch of 7 Days to Die. In that partnership letter, you need to tell them, listen, this is what I'm going to do if 7 Days to Die doesn't pan out. This is my backup.
Sorry, Kid is just adjusting her.
I look like a ghost
at the moment. She's fucking doing it on the video. So guys, you're going like ghostly and then normal and then ghostly.
Ghostly and then normal, yeah. So that is the thing. Focus on variety. Do variety shit. And, oh, my Google AdSense has just been deactivated. Thank you, Google. But focus on variety, Do like, essentially what the plan behind 1 day a week is you go, okay, cool, I'm going to do it 2 days a week. Don't, and fucking hell, if you do the whole, I'm going to switch up 1 day, and you do that 1 day, and you're sitting at 70-80% less viewers than you normally do, what most South African streamers do is like, oh no, I'm going back to my normal thing.
Yeah.
You do it for 3 months and see what happens.
It's the only way you'll actually see if it works or not.
Yeah. You'll see a change in viewership and a slight change in your community, and it's going to be for the better. Don't focus on one game. One streamer goes back to one game the whole fucking time because that game works for him, right? Same streamer that did the tweets thing that made me look into other things. And it's like, dude, you fucking wasted everything on it now. Change into something different. Get a different game, Do what you think is best for your channel. If you take knocks, you fucking take those knocks and you grow from them. It's like that whole Rocky thing. Get punched. It doesn't matter how hard you can punch back. It's how quickly you can get up after being punched.
That whole try something new thing is definitely. I mean, for me, in the beginning, I'd pretty much only stream Destiny,
Yeah.
and it was probably June last year, like 2 months after being like, okay, cool, let's just fucking do this. Put in 100 and plus hours a month. I switched to Final Fantasy and started off just like Zaf said, like 2-3 people. And I mean, now my Final Fantasy streams are my best working streams. Mass Effect as well. I do the Mass Effect every Sunday. That started off really slow, and now like people literally sit in the Discord and they're like, can we go early today? Can we start early?
Yeah. No, exactly. That was why Kez and I changed as well. You know, I mean, firstly, okay,
And we're still changing.
It's not Twitch. It's not like we were on Twitch for this, but we left Twitch and we went back to YouTube because firstly, we talk between ourselves. Okay, granted we're a couple, so we actually have the advantage of being able to talk to each other about the issues that we're having. So we know we know where we can approach our problems from, right? So. The one day I was sitting on our YouTube channel and I was just flicking through videos, some of the older videos that we had, and I watched a couple of the older videos, and I actually watched a couple that just made me burst out laughing, and I was like, this is actually good content, this is funny, you know, we were actually really funny then. Why don't we just go back to that? Because Twitch is not working for us, but YouTube is funny and I'm laughing at it, and if I'm laughing at it, other people are bound to laugh at it, so let's just go back to that. So what we did was I spoke to Kez about it, and then Kez and I chatted for a while about it. And we're like, okay, well, we're going to stop Twitch then, and we'll move back to YouTube, and we'll do a podcast or something like that, and we'll start playing games and things like that. And even today, we still don't stick to the same games because we know that they don't always work. Like right now, Toast gave me the idea of doing the car showcases for Forza and Gran Turismo. They do very well because people like to watch those kinds of shows.
They like the innings.
They like to watch the So I don't mind talking about cars. I like cars. I wouldn't have Forza and Gran Turismo 7 and all those games if I didn't like cars. Yeah. So I like to sit down and yes, I don't know everything about cars, but I talk about the shit that I do know. And if I don't know about it, I say like I don't know much about it, but this is what I think it is. So take it with a grain of salt, you know. But I do that kind of stuff to give other people, you know, just like a little bit of a laugh sometimes if I'm funny, or just like let them see what the videos are. Then we have our Atlas video, which is doing extremely well, which we're very shocked about. I never thought that video would do as well as it did because it's Atlas. I mean, you know, people hated Atlas when it first came out, but
yeah.
apparently people are starting to enjoy it again. So we've started playing Atlas. And we're going to wait for the day when Kez gets very sick on one of the ships because she's bound to. But the whole point is that that also started getting good. And then we chop and change between other videos. We do our Guild Wars videos, so we play games together. And something
because that's what makes us us.
Exactly. And something that we took from other content creators and from the things that we learn from other people is that we've got to focus on what actually makes us who we are. And we realized that the car showcase should probably have Kez in it as well, not because any other reason. I mean, she's like, no, she doesn't want to be in the video because she doesn't know anything about cars. It's like, yeah, a lot of people that watch the video don't know anything about cars either. Be in it and talk.
I could be the dummy that asks silly questions.
Exactly. She can ask questions because, you know, she's there, and that might actually make it a bit more interactive for people. So we
know what you could do? You know what you could do? It might require a bit of work, right? But you get Kez. Now, this is not me being sexist and all that. You get her in a cheerleader outfit, record her in front of a green screen with pom-poms, and just before the race starts, you edit her in, and when she does this, the race starts and run, and that's how you get her into the videos.
Should be a good goal. Well, yeah, you know, that's the whole thing. It's just the stupid things that
I don't have a cheerleader outfit, but I have a Scottish outfit.
She's thinking about it.
But yeah, so we've been talking about this kind of stuff, and it's going on exactly what you guys were talking about. You know, change it up, and also play a game. I agree with you. I don't
Esports
watch
is not a game.
I don't watch things. I don't watch like the YouTube videos of competitive gameplay or Twitch. I don't go and watch people competitively play against each other. It's boring. I mean, God, if I wanted to do that, I'd go play the game myself. You know, and the thing is, I'm not interested in doing that. And clearly, a lot of other people don't. They've got their esports people that they watch for that kind of stuff. You don't have to be a two. You can be your own person and find your niche. That's it.
Yeah.
That's something that I've learned. I mean, that Kez and I have learned through the years of being content creators is find your own niche. You've got to be that you've got to find your own unique point, as it were. So I agree 100%.
Yeah. The next one we've also touched on, but I'm going to say it again. Dear South African streamers, do not focus on the South African community. It's not going to get you anywhere. The South African community, the South African community, and this is a generalization, okay? The South African community loves their circle jerks, right? They love, like I've literally had people come into my chat. It's like, why do I get recommended you, South African people? I'm like, maybe because I'm doing well. I'm doing something. And they're like, but we don't want to watch you. And I'm like, fine. Go find another South African you can jerk off. It's fine. It's fine. And it's also the same community generally that freaking, like I said, sucking cocks or slapping titties or whatever, it's generally the South African community that don't find anything wrong with a South African content creator. So a South African content creator reaches out to his community or their community and they're like, hey, what can I do different? They're like, oh no, you're doing everything perfect. And you go into his stream, he's doing everything perfect, but the same people that tweeted out or replied to his tweet are the same people in chat.
Yeah.
They don't want change. They don't want them to change. You know? And here's the thing, if you change, you're going to lose people along the way. That is you're going to lose people, but you're going to gain more in general.
I mean,
but yeah, do not focus on the South African community.
I have a perfect example of it. I'm obviously not going to name names, but she's a South African content creator and she does it full time. She has been doing it full time for 2 years, but she doesn't focus on the South African content scene, and she's lost people along the way. She's admitted it. She said that there's people that were there in the start of her journey that aren't there anymore, and there's people now that are there now, and they're from Canada and Australia and things like that, and she's actually doing well because she's focusing outside of South Africa.
Yeah, you see, we had the perfect example of our own. You know, we've lost subscribers on YouTube. We actually watched it go down. As soon as we started changing our content up, we watched our subscriber count go down. And then we were like, yeah, okay, there's something wrong here, but let's just stick it out. Because it was at that point that we were sitting going, you know, are we doing this? Or should we carry on doing this? Is it necessary to carry on doing our...
Zaffa knows that message.
Yeah, Zaffa knows that message. And should we carry on doing this? And then, you know, it was like, let's stick it out for a year. Let's see how it goes. And after we said that, not even a week after we said that, our subscriber count went back up again because we found local people. When we say local, not South Africa, guys. We live in Scotland. Local, UK local. You know, people here in the UK noticed us. People in Europe have started noticing us. We've got people in America noticing us. And this is also obviously because we're approaching, you know, when it comes to our podcast, we approach the software developers. We've been trying to get some of the indie developers out to try and get some content creators out like that. But this is something that we can do and something that we focus on. You see, that is our niche. And we know what we're doing there. So we've decided to focus and start. Even with our podcast, we've had to change it up. You know, we both said to each other, we cannot keep focusing on... Sorry about that pop. I just realized I made a huge pop on the
I didn't hear it my side.
Okay, well, it's going to come out on the sound.
You didn't pop in my ears.
But yeah, so we've started focusing on like I said, even with the podcast, we're starting to phase out just doing one part of the community because we've realized that we've been focusing on basically just like I think it was the cosplayers and whatnot. We were basically just focusing on that and only getting cosplayers in and stuff like that, and it was stagnating our videos. So I was like, we've got to change this.
But it was also more questions and answers, not like this with you guys as well, where it's a full-on discussion. Where there have been a few questions here and there, yes, but it's more like it's the way it's supposed to flow.
Yeah, and this is what we wanted. So we decided we're going to start focusing on doing that. But as geeks, we've got to be able to bring in things that are geeky as well, and that includes independent developers.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to record we recorded last week and we lost all of the footage of the one developer. Thankfully he's coming back, so we'll be recording with him tomorrow. So thanks, you're all dude. But he's going to come back and he's going to chat to us about his game, and we're going to start getting that going, because that's starting to get us more viewers, because people want to see independent developers. They want to talk, they want to know that there is actually someone behind the game that's been designed. So,
but also sometimes indie games are better than AAA games.
Actually, these
90% of the time,
90%. Exactly. These days, 90% of the indie games are better than AAA titles. I mean, you know.
I think Zaffa played a small game recently. That little.
Oh,
I've game.
Winkeltje. Yeah. I've started introducing indie days in my week.
Oh, nice.
Like every once a week, I look at an indie title. So it's thank God, it's indie and then the day. You know, mostly it's on Fridays, but like the last 2 Fridays I was a bit busy. But I can use that abbreviation any time of the week.
Exactly.
I need like a BRB screen or something to put up that says like 7 different screens, but the only wording change is the day, so that when we start it's like it's this day or whatever. But another thing why I say don't focus on the South African community, and this is a big thing. And this is a big thing. South Africans don't want to watch South Africans.
Yep, you said that to us as well.
I literally, and this is the only reason I watch South African streamers, is because I support them. If I didn't know them, Soldin, I would not be in their streams. Why? Because they're South African. South Africans don't. You know who wants to watch South Africans play games? Anyone else but South Africans.
Anyone in the world.
Because we've got some sexy accents and all of that crap, you know. So that is why you do not focus. Let the South Africans spend their 16 rand that the streamer is going to get on European streamers or international streamers, you know.
But also South Africans are very cliquey with the people that they support. So
that is the fucking problem with the scene currently.
I've noticed it where a lot of people will be in one person's stream, and then if you say, oh, let's go rate this person, they're like, or you won't find the same support for that streamer somewhere else. It's the best way to describe it is like being high school. Everyone has this certain cliques. And it shouldn't be that way.
That's why I like when I see a raid come in, and it's, how do I know it's a South African who raided me? They played CSGO, Apex Legends, or Fortnite.
Valorant.
And a Valorant sometimes, but yeah, most of the time, if I do a shout out, I'm like, oh, cool, you are South African because you played CSGO. Or Call of Duty, or, you know, and I'm like, why do you play these games? You know, throw me a bit off my game. If you're a South African streamer that wants to raid into me, play a different game. Play something other than competitive crap. And I'll be like, oh, where are you from? Yeah, Soldin.
I don't. Hey, what?
He doesn't play competitive crap. He doesn't, yeah.
I'm a good boy.
And here's the other thing. Another gripe. And I know Soldin does this. I know he does this. I've spoken about it on my stream like a couple of nights ago, and they're like, oh, but Soldin does it. I'm like, Okay.
That word.
That 15-minute intro screen. Or that 5-minute intro screen. Or that 10-minute intro screen. I've seen South African people averaging averaging 3 viewers, they've got a 30-minute intro screen.
That's
I've seen Legion Create, and now I'm shitting on Legion Create. I've seen Legion Create start up their stream an hour
I saw
before it started.
that.
I sat there and I'm like, listen,
I'm not
like
saying
I
it-
saw that live. I saw that live, and I went onto the YouTube thing and I saw that live on Twitch, and I'm like, okay, let's go look at this. They're an hour in, so maybe they're like somewhere in the thing. No, stream starting in 10 minutes. And I look back and it's like, oh, they started an hour ago.
I saw that. I actually went onto the YouTube videos and I'm like, oh, okay, there's stream starting. And I thought maybe it was like a minute countdown. And then I scroll further and no, it's still this many minutes. And it's like that much at the end of the video is what they were talking about.
Yeah. Now the big thing is, I get why you want to do this
Soldin.
as a content creator, right? I get it. You need to take those 15 minutes. Let's go with 15. Let's not say 30. You want to take those 15 minutes to get ready for stream. Send out the last minute tweets or whatever, and you know. But if you're sitting, and I'm saying this, the moment my concurrent viewership hits at least 500, and it's been hitting 500 over 3 months, after those 3 months, I'll be like, maybe I'll start stream earlier, but with an intro screen, you know, with like a 5-minute timer. The thing is, here's the big question. During that 15-minute countdown timer of stream starting soon, what exactly are you doing? And can you do it 15 minutes earlier? You know, for me, I've got the perfect thing to replace the intro screen. Okay, my dog's not here. I've got the perfect thing to replace the intro screen.
Dick pick up, and yes, then we're gonna get into shit.
No, not a dick pic. You start your stream, boom, immediately, without an intro screen. But what you do is you do a 10-minute just chatting, where you're just sitting there talking about random crap. Even if there's no one in your chat, you just start talking about stuff. You start looking at games you're interested in. For me, it's technically coffee time with Zaffa, because it usually takes me about 10 minutes to get into the whole streaming. You know, I'm streaming now, let's do this. Now, my coffee time with Zaffa is exactly 1 cup of coffee long. That cup of coffee might be 5 minutes.
Mine can take up to an hour.
Mine, I usually stop around about 20, but I have so much fun just chatting that I usually, like, in general, the average time that I start the stream, the gameplay part of the stream, 25 to 30 minutes in. That is my intro screen. I sit down, I talk to people. And here's the cool thing. When I start streaming, people usually are on their lunch breaks. So that means they're sitting there, they want to talk.
Yeah,
And the moment they fade away, I start the game.
exactly.
You know? That's how you can replace your intro screen. Don't tell me, as a person, as a streamer, with an average of 8 viewers, you need 15 minutes to prepare for your stream. You're wasting 15 minutes. I've had people in my chat going, you know, the moment I go into a stream and there's an intro screen, I just leave.
Yeah.
I don't want an intro screen. And the exact same thing happens with raids. I see someone streaming and I'm like, okay, cool, they're 20 minutes in, so they've just started. I go in and they're still on an intro screen. I'm like, no, we're not going to raid them. Sorry, I'm moving on to the next one. Not that I've got the world's most viewers, but I don't want to have an intro screen deter viewership.
Exactly.
So South African content creators, the shit you do in those 15 minutes intro screens, can you do it 15 minutes earlier?
Take your toilet breaks sooner.
Yeah. Now, I don't know Soldin's reasoning. Soldin's reasoning behind it is he's still feeding the kid and all of that during that time. Or it's last minute, hey, here's a Pro Vita, you know? Here's a new Xbox.
Look, it's shiny.
And I know there's reasoning behind it, but my general idea behind it is, listen, can you do that 15 minutes earlier?
Yeah.
And start your stream on time?
Question needs to be answered.
Can
You
you
want to know why I have my intro?
What? I guess.
ask?
So, I had an intro before, and then at one point I did drop it. But I did find myself starting stream and not actually being in the mindset to get there. There's a lot going on. So I like to have I have a 5 minute. That's like my cutoff is 5 minutes we going. And the only time that's longer is on Mass Effect, and it's because people keep asking, can we go live earlier? So we do a 10-minute one and we go live earlier. But
Yeah, go on.
for me, it's like when I have that starting soon, it's getting the tweet ready. It's making sure I'm switched on to stream, and like, yeah, making sure that the bot is working as well. But in that 5 minutes, I'm not just sitting here staring and waiting. I'm getting the tweet ready. I'm chatting to people who are chatting during the starting soon screen. The reason why I like to do it on the Final Fantasy one, and Final Fantasy is much shorter because I let the intro of whatever expansion we're busy playing play out, and then the show starts. Like, intro to the show. And even in that, I'm doing the tweet, I'm chatting to people that are in chat already. Like, for me, that's my warm-up. That's my... Now I'm ready to have fun with you guys.
Yeah, okay. So here's my warm-up. And because we're in South Africa, we go through a couple of tests to make sure the stream will run. So we run that test. We run that test. Yeah, well, just making sure we've got decent connection to the EU. So I run that test.
Decent connection to your generator. Make sure that that's working.
Yeah, everything's working. Yeah. Yeah. I run that test. While I run that test, I make myself some coffee, right? I make myself some coffee. The moment I put my cup down, I set up my streaming stuff and everything, change the titles and all of that, and just chatting and all of that. And then I do the tweet. And the moment I hit send on that tweet, I push live. So my Twitter handle turns into I'm currently live on Twitch. So I send that tweet, push the button, start streaming. So my getting ready for stream, like Soldin said, is literally starts when I restart my PC. And that's usually a 10 to 15 minute process until I start the stream. Now the thing is, what a lot of people also do wrong with the starting soon screen, they say their stream is starting at 7 o'clock. Let's use my time. Your stream is starting at 7 o'clock. So what they do is they do the starting soon screen at 7 instead of 5:2 or 15:2.
Yeah.
Because the actual stream doesn't start until your face is shown. You know what I mean? So, or at least until content is shown. In Soldin's case, he literally starts a stream and the intro plays. The Final Fantasy intro plays. So that is when the stream starts. That is technically when your stream starts. When you do an intro screen, like Co-Carnage, he starts at 8 o'clock every day, American time, on the dot. But his intro screen, because he's got like brilliant graphics artists and whatever, starts a little bit earlier. You know? But he can do it because he's literally sitting there on an average of 1,000 viewers in his chat when he's not streaming, and by the time he shows his face, it's 6,000 people. It gives them time to come in. And that's why I want an intro screen, is I have time for people to come in. But if you're sitting on 10 viewers, if you're sitting on below 500 viewers, that intro screen is probably more negative to your channel growth than you realize. You know?
This is definitely nothing we have to worry about from our side. We don't have, except the intro screen. We actually are taking our intro out now.
Podcast is gonna start.
Basically, because we use well, not really a system, but a company called vidIQ on YouTube, and they bring out a lot of tips and tricks for how to grow your YouTube channel, what to do, what not to do, and stuff like that. And the one that I watched recently is Why Have an Intro? People come there to watch you, like you said, you're the show. If you have an intro, there might be times where the subscribers or the people watching you have been watching you for years at a time. They don't need to keep seeing that intro. They know who you are.
Yeah.
They just want to see the start.
And I mean, the big secret is you've got literally the first 10 seconds of your video is when you hook people.
Exactly. And that's why we said that what we're going to do is, I mean, we're not going to let that song or the video thing go to waste. Let's put it at the end of the video. I mean, you know, if you stay until the end, then you can, if you really want to see it, if that's what you want to do it, then you watch the video to the end. I mean,
Yeah. It's like
channel for though.
yeah, like my one friend Zhenko, his YouTube videos, it doesn't have an intro. It literally starts off, "Hey everybody, welcome to Zhenko's Den. Today we're looking at," you know, and it's like, oh wow, it immediately starts.
Yeah, and that's something that we've actually also. So it's not just a Twitch thing. The intro thing is actually an all-round thing. It's probably best to keep that away because, you know, people know you. They know who you are. They know why you're there. They don't need to see your name pop up in front of them. Like, yes, I know where I am. Thanks. You know?
Yeah, and like the last thing is again variety. Please start doing variety. South African content creators, please. We've got a big content creator who got his partnership via Overwatch, and he still goes back to it randomly. I'm like, dude, he goes more back to it than anything else. Lately, you can see he's been trying some stuff, but he's so established in the community or he's so established as a content creator that he really, like, Twitch is like a bonus for him, essentially. If you look at the way he streams and everything, you do realize that Twitch is just like one part of the pie.
Yeah.
And it's a very small part of the pie, you know?
Exactly.
But variety, please fucking mix it up. Because if you do variety, you'll learn more about your channel and the way you entertain people than you would by sticking to one game. And I'm glad Soldin has moved on. Every time I see Soldin launch Destiny, I'm like, oh no. He's going back. He's going back. I had to literally talk him off of World of Warcraft for a while. Like, no, dude, you don't want to do World of Warcraft. No. No.
Don't do
No. The new expansion looks awesome, though, but no. Don't.
Wait
Don't.
until Microsoft releases it for free.
Play it off camera. Just play it in your spare time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how I did the last expansion for Destiny. But World of Warcraft, I am extremely disappointed in what we were shown for the new expansion. I was actually talking about it last night, with people in chat that were like, Final Fantasy versus WoW. It's like, this is not even the first time that I can say I'm really disappointed with this announcement. It's not something I'm actually looking forward to. I can maybe say there's 2 expansions I would play through again on WoW. Out of all of the expansions, 7. But Final Fantasy, I'm already considering, should I make another character to play it again? And I'll play the whole quest. There's no part of it I would skip.
I'm not paying for subscriptions, even if it's Final Fantasy. I'm still not paying for subscriptions.
The big thing, someone said it perfectly about Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is not an MMORPG. It's an RPG MMO.
Yeah.
You can literally finish that game alone.
Yeah.
They've set up raids in such a way that, and the community there is freaking brilliant. One of the lovely stories I've heard in the beginning, when Final Fantasy got rebooted, which is what, Shadowbringers?
A Realm Reborn.
A Realm Reborn. Yeah. There was a quest that people had to do, but they had to kill this one monster. So what happened is, outside of that area, you would see a queue form up. And people would stand in line. One front guy would go kill the monster, go away, and then the next guy would go. And you had some people running in, and they got like trying to, get pushed to the front of the line. Mass reported. It's like, fuck it, this character is not in the spirit of Final Fantasy. We're waiting our turn. And it's like, wow, that's actually freaking cool. That's the Final Fantasy community in a nutshell, essentially.
Yeah.
So I've never understood about people always going off to Guild Wars as well. They always say, "Oh, Guild Wars is nowhere near as good as World of Warcraft." And it's like, well, at least when we fight bosses, the people that they fight bosses with us, they'll come in, join you, help you fight the boss, and then go away. And they never talk to you. It's just a case of they come in, they help you fight the boss. They see you struggling, they come in, help you fight the boss because they get points for doing it as well. And also, it's just
It's literally in my time spent in Guild Wars, like I would run past someone like, oh, they're busy fighting someone, I'll just throw a fireball that way and I'll just leave. Just like extra damage. There we go.
Exactly. I think it's always nice to help out in the community, and that's the Guild Wars community as well. And that's why we play it so much, because the community is so friendly. You have a problem, you say, look, I'm lost. Can you help out here? And there's always someone willing to jump in there and say, right, well, I've got my band of 10 here. Let's go and sort this shit out. Let's help you.
Me and Ajenko, we decided we're not going to do the storyline. We're going to enter the areas of Guild Wars and just complete the area. All the vistas, all the jumping puzzles. That was our thing. So we hit this one jumping puzzle around a giant ship. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's a giant ship somewhere.
That is a cock jumping puzzle.
And it's literally a case of like, we fall down, he gets further, I get further, I explain to him what happens and everything, and there's someone running past us jumping and like, oh, follow him, and that guy accidentally takes the wrong route, and we continue back up and we do it again. And at some point, there was a guy with a skill that can teleport you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
So the guy would do the puzzle, and you'd see a couple of guys follow him and fall off, and he'd wait there, and he'd teleport them up to him as they come back in. I was one of those guys who teleport back up to him.
The community, yeah.
It's because sometimes it's just too hard and you need that help. And if there's someone who can help you, why not? I suck at jumping puzzles, so I would always just wait to go, okay, I'm ready.
And I wait, and then what'll happen is I don't have a mesmer, so I can't do the
Teleportation thing.
So I wait at the top, and there's always someone waiting down at the bottom. Also, there's always a mesmer down at the bottom that jumps all the way to the top and waits and does the whole teleport thing. So Kez always gets up from that.
If it's not Zip's brother.
Yeah, it's not my brother. It's always someone else who'll jump up and help. But that's the kind of community that you want to be part of. And look, I like the fact that the Final Fantasy community is exactly the same as that, where they're actually helpful and friendly.
Another reason to do variety. Esports communities are toxic.
Well,
Don't you mean South African community?
That too.
No, esports communities are generally toxic.
They are.
The only esports community I've interacted with was a South African one, so that's my baseline.
Yeah, we don't.
And we're talking about an ex-esports company worker here. He's with us. And he supports his company all the way through. And it's like, I get that. The love is there. But Soldin, you do understand why we say it's toxic as fuck, right?
Oh, listen, I mean, for example, 2 weeks ago, I got convinced to try Valorant. And I played with friends the first 2 games, and it was fun. It was great. I jumped into a solo game afterwards because, hey, I want to get better so that I'm not, holding people back.
Don't do that.
Bad move.
I don't know. I don't know if I want Luca to grow up in the youth of England because of the things I heard.
Dude, we live in the United Kingdom. Trust me. It's questionable. Really, there's some really nice kids. We've got our company obviously hires juniors. They're called office juniors, and basically they do all the grunt work. They're like what are they called? Interns. They're like interns basically.
Appies.
Yeah, they earn a salary. Obviously, they don't not get paid. But wow, Kez and I speak in Afrikaans to when they're around because.
So that we can skin it.
No, so that we can actually just mention things about these kids. Basically, they talk shit about each other and other people in the office, and it's like, you know what you're doing, someone else is going to hear you. I don't get involved because I don't care. I go to work, I do my job, and I talk to my colleagues, the ones that are part of our team or whatnot, and I get along with them, and that's it. I don't care about what these juniors say. They're acting like school kids, and they are school kids because they're 16 and up. So they're very young, and wow, dude, they you thought school in South Africa was bad. Fucking hell. It's a lot worse up here. Fucking hell. These kids they are actually vile with each other. I mean, like completely vile with each other. I mean, honestly, if you think of like the worst thing that your bully did to you in school, multiply that by about 100, and you'll get what these kids do. They're something else. They really are. Oh.
Well, if I multiplied by 100, they must have killed some people. That's the worst thing someone did to me. Knocked me the fuck out. So.
Yeah, I really wouldn't put it past them though.
Anyway.
Although granted, people up here tend to be scared of South Africans. I think it's our voices. It's the way we talk. If you're like, as ek Afrikaans met jou praat, jy moet nou kak.
Hey, everybody understands it's a universal language. When a South African walks up to you, it's like, yo, fucking. You know what I'm going to say.
Fuck, but we can't say puss.
You can say what you want.
I needed to pull it back like that. Yo, fucking.
You can't swear. We told you in the beginning you can swear.
Yeah.
But, no, she was hesitating to say puss, and I was like, what? Why is Zephyr stopping from saying?
Floppers.
It's like it comes out of his mouth so often. What the hell?
Emphasis on the boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
There we go. You can't scream. You can't scream. But yeah, that was my list. It frustrates me.
Soldin, you have anything to add to the list?
Do you have anything to add?
Did I attack you personally at some of those points?
No.
No. Oh shit, I did. Come on. Defend yourself, buddy.
I feel like we definitely do have the clicky thing in South African scene.
I just call them cocksuckers because they're sucking each other off the whole time.
Yeah, but I don't want people to attack me right now. I'm in an emotional space, okay?
It's fine. The kids will protect you.
We'll protect you. We're there, so geeks.
You know, like there's a lot that needs to improve in our scene. It's very evident.
Yeah.
And the only way we're going to do that is when everybody starts to work together. Everybody needs to like realize, hey, if we want this to grow here, we need to be doing this together, not having like, oh, there's a big convention here for people to learn how to grow, but it's only for people who are invited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
That's what happened with that other one, yeah?
Yeah. So, and I mean, the thing is, like, sure, you can't let everybody in. Not everybody is a good person. It's life. But how are you cutting? Where's your line to say?
How are you choosing?
This
who gets
guy's
in
only
and who
got
doesn't?
10 average viewers, so he's not good. But
it's a convention on learning how to grow.
Yeah. Exactly. It's stupid things like that kind of piss me off. Because you know what, Kez and I, we've had to learn on our own how to do this. You know, none of the conventions that we've ever been to have helped us.
It's only after we left that all these things are now showing up.
Exactly, and it's like, okay, firstly, I'm pretty sure we're bad-mouthed quite a lot for leaving South Africa and moving to Scotland, and we don't really care because, you know, we chose to leave because we have a better life here.
Yeah.
You know? And we love the friends that stay with us. We love the guys who've stuck by us from the beginning, you know, because obviously you guys have
Not even from the beginning, just along the way, and are still around.
everyone who's joined us along the way. You know, you guys have obviously you've been there for us all the time, and we know that the community can be cruel to each other, and that's something that needs to stop as well.
yeah, 100%.
If you're going to keep attacking each other just because you know you feel like
Someone's doing better than you.
well, yeah, exactly. If you're going to attack each other because you want to act like children, then you know what? Maybe you should go back to school. Maybe you should go back to primary school, and go and have your little Barneys on the playground and do all that bullshit. But you know what? You should not be in a community like this, because people should actually be yes, there will always be one or two cunts out there, and that's the truth, And
Yeah.
yes, I'm said it's in full blown cunt mode, because I am one. But I'm a playful one, so there's the difference. The thing is, if you're going to keep attacking people just because, for example, your views don't match, someone's view is different from someone else's, or you don't align politically or anything like that, what's going to happen? Society, the entire society is going to fall apart, and I'm talking about the entire gaming society. It's just going to fall apart. You're going to eat each other alive, and it's going to turn into a mishmash of people fighting each other online, and you know what's going to happen? No one's going to watch you anyway, because no one wants to see that crap.
But also, no, go
yeah.
Soldin.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Exactly.
The big thing why I have this thing down, spoke about this thing, is I want to see the community to grow. I want to see the community grow, but the problem is they're not doing the basic things. They're not doing. It's like telling someone this is the state the community is in. You go up to a random person. It's like, listen, you want to get over this wall? Okay, how you do it, right? Is you bash your head against it until it breaks, and that's how you get over the wall. And that's where the South African community currently is. Yeah. They've got this wall. Some of them freak out. They're like, oh, I'm on 200 followers. It's like, no. You know what? And I love followers, please. I love followers, but that's not a good metric to see your growth. But they celebrate the tiny things. Affiliateship. It's a good thing to celebrate, but it seems like, okay, I've been an affiliate for cuck long, right? And it's like, you know what? To reach affiliateship status, you need to stream 7 days a month, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about the viewers, because you literally, in those 7 days, you just need to have one day of at least 10 viewers, and it'll balance out, and you get affiliateship.
That's changed.
But everybody's so excited. I'm like, listen, no. Affiliateship is literally like, hey, welcome to the platform. Yeah. That's how affiliateship works on Twitch.
Step on your head, heading towards where you need to get to. I agree.
Yeah. And it's just, they should stop. Affiliateship on Twitch should be now a normal thing. You know what I mean? It should be like, oh, you don't need to. I do get why you want to celebrate it, but you're literally telling people, listen, I've streamed 10 times this month and I've got 3 average viewers. And here's the big issue. They stick with those 3 average viewers for 2 years, and then they're like, I wonder what's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. No, you got to know when.
Soldin?
No, I agree. You definitely, when it comes to looking at your channel, especially from a longer term, point of view for the growth, it's something that Zaf and I have discussed quite a few times. You need to have those 3 months, those 90 days for anything that you change on your channel. I mean, from something as little as, for example, the intro screen.
Yeah.
For me, it because I keep mine short and it's not always the animation that I put together, it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah. Exactly.
But then you'll get like some people that will have a much longer one that will just end up in the exact same situation week after week, and they don't take ownership. They will rather like say one drastic little thing, and that one drastic little thing will happen for a week, and then they'll go back to normal.
Yeah.
But it takes time. It takes 90 days at least of a change in your channel. From what I've seen.
Agreed. You gotta take ownership. Agreed.
Yeah. I've started changing stuff on my channel in November of last year. I'm only now seeing the positives around it. Only now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a big channel at all. I'm by all regards tiny. But if I look at my numbers and I look at where I've made the changes, it's like after that 90 days, if you take the changes that you implement and you say, cool, here's the testing period, I can see because I tried. It's not just Final Fantasy and Hunt that I play. I've tried many games, and these are just the ones that really worked. I mean, on my YouTube channel, the Lost Oasis stuff really worked, but on stream, it was like no go. Switched from there straight into more shooters because I really enjoy my FPS, and I don't play it to be competitive. I play it to like get all the fun kills. Like I'll jump over the bus to snipe you.
I love my FPSs. You wouldn't see it. You wouldn't say it if you look at my channel. I love FPS games, but you won't say it when you look at my channel.
Sometimes
If you had to look at mine now, it doesn't even have a FPS coming up. It's
And
like-
here's the secret to an intro screen. If you need an intro screen, take your previous, let's say in Soldin's case, Mass Effect. It's a bit of work on his side, but take the previous stream, take some highlights from it, put it into a video.
previously on.
And you just go previously on, and you just highlight certain parts of the previous stream.
Yeah.
And
My current,
that is your intro.
My current big intro has got like all my favorite clips from my stream.
Yeah.
It's stuff that are popular that people recognize when they see it.
But it's entertaining. It's not just
if
a
I was
number
still
counting down.
No, there isn't actually a countdown. The only time we've added the countdown is for Mass Effect, and it's literally because people sit in the Discord at 3 o'clock. They're like, can we start early today? And they know it starts at 4. So now we have a 10-minute countdown that goes live 10 minutes before 4. So, and that's not even like, it's not really affected anything. They'll sit in the chat and like talk shit until I start. But if I was doing it full time, then, and I actually have like 3 versions of that intro. If I was doing it full time, then those clips in the intro were meant to change. It's I wouldn't 100% go with the decision of dropping it. Like for me, this is how I put my face on.
Yeah.
This is how I put myself into a space where I can forget about IRL and focus here. And this is my happy space. This is like opening my door and starting my engine.
No, I get that. I get that completely. It's just, why don't you get into your happy space 10 minutes before?
Because I have a life.
Oh yeah, you have a life.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. I just get drunk at shows.
Shots fired.
Oh man, I got a lot that goes on as a single dad, especially after the huge crash of the last 3 years. It's been hardest 3 years of my entire life. I don't have time to switch off before having to switch on again. It's more of like a transition period for me when I sit down for my stream. And a lot of people will have that. Unfortunately, the world we live in right now is so riddled with anxiety and depression because of what the world's been through.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say keep it short. Like I said, my limit is 5 minutes. Once I hit that 5 minutes, whether I'm ready or not, I switch to my just chatting screen. And if I'm not ready, I explain, guys, I'm just not in the space yet, so let's just talk about shit.
And that is another thing. That's another thing that I do. Like sometimes you get those days where you're like, shit, I can't stream. And the moment that thought creeps up, or that thought shows up in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to stream tonight, because it's not going to be entertaining enough, worthwhile enough. So you gotta have that balance. If there's another streamer that I follow, he's literally like, his rule is, I'll stick to my schedule, but I'll let you know if I'm not in the right headspace.
Yeah.
And he's done it like 3 or 4 times this last year, like since January. And it's like, and everybody's like, oh no, we understand. And then what he ends up doing is he just binge watches an entire series in that time. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Okay. Tomorrow I'll start again. So, mental stuff is
It's very
important. And if you need to take a break, if you don't want to stream that night, don't. If you can't, if you don't feel like it, don't.
Well, at the end of the day, we're still people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
If your body says no, you've got to listen to it.
100%.
Yeah, like- The biggest detrimental fucking thing to our streams as South Africans, load shedding.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at the point where if my load shedding hits, like our time frames here, I start at 7. So if my load shedding goes off at 6 till 8:30, I'm literally in the mindset of not streaming that night.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't go off, I'm literally like, I'm not going to stream that night, because just starting an hour and a half later than I normally do kills my stream, you know? So I'd rather than, like, I'm at the mindset of when it hits, I'll be like, I thought it just hit now. I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna stream for the night.
Yeah.
And it's time off from streaming. And then I can use that time to work on behind the scenes stuff. Or just zone out and play a freaking tower defense game that I'm on now. So
It's about that time.
It's way past that time already, actually.
It's a long one. There was a lot that needed to be said.
There was a lot that needed to be said, and that's what this whole stream, that's what this whole podcast was about today. It was just letting you guys air what you needed to air, and letting me air some of the things that I needed to air as well. Just get out there.
oh man, I can talk about Twitch all day.
I think we all can. But yeah, so we're gonna end the video there. Just because it's obviously been very long, and I'm pretty sure people are getting tired. Although, you know, if you're listening on the
Hey,
podcast,
if you want a part 2, then just let us know and we'll bring them back.
We can do it.
I'm making funny fingers because I'm trying to get a cat.
yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us, both of you. You guys have been wonderful. It's been awesome having you sit down and chat with us about this. It's obviously a very important topic, so
Yeah, thank you for having us.
doing that, thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
Firstly, we're going to let you guys go. We're not going to let you guys go without telling us where to find you. So, firstly, Soldin, where do the viewers that are watching us find you?
I'm here.
Need a little more than that.
You guys can find me on twitch.tv/Soldin with an underscore, because Twitch won't give me that account. And on YouTube, you can find me as Soldin Plays. There was a very long drought of things, but I have been working on a schedule that will be picking up not next month, but June. From June, there will be 4 videos a week.
Oh, you've
So
got a lot of work to
please
do, because in
subscribe.
June, in June you're here for a week, so you've got a lot of shit to do.
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
all scheduled and ready to go. So it's going to be a case of put it on while I go and watch my friends get married.
Nice. Kasapa.
Not me though, not me. I'm not getting
No,
married.
no.
No, he's the best man.
Oh, I mean, you
saw
never
that
know.
on the video.
Yeah,
You never
I'm
know.
apparently a best man, so it's like, oh fuck.
You have to be there, unfortunately.
I'll put the ring on my dick. On that note, hi.
Zappa, where do we find you?
Hey, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for having me. And Soldin, thank you Soldin for being a part of this. You can find me anywhere slash or at ZaffaGeek, either with an underscore or without an underscore. Twitch is the only one with an underscore as far as I know. So Zaffa_geek on Twitch. YouTube ZaffaGeek, Twitter, Instagram ZaffaGeek everywhere. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun this week. Got to do that Dark Souls again.
He's going to put himself through the paces on that one. Definitely.
Yeah. I need to actually play the game off stream to level up my character so that I can actually fight. That's another 10 hours gone.
My Steam categories, I've got like MMO, Builder, Free to Play, Indie, and then there's a category that sits there that says Destroys Will to Live. And the only thing that sits in there is Dark Souls.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. All right, cool. Well, guys, thank you so much. And you guys know where to find us. I'm not going to bother putting that down. If you want to know, just look in the freaking... Yeah, so screw you. You should know where we are. obviously it's a podcast, so wherever you find your favorite podcast, you'll find us there too. So it's as easy as that, really. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you really like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you absolutely adored the video and you want to marry us, you can't, but you can always hit the subscribe button if you really want to.
You can marry Zaffa.
You can marry Zaffa if you'd like to. He's still single.
He's available.
He's available, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Girlfriend applications open.
Anyway, guys, so yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and as always, remember,
Kiki.
bye.
Wait, where does our names go?
She's putting them,
Above you.
yeah, they'll be above your head.
But can't we put them like this side? Or
Them wherever you want.
can you make it follow me?
Try.